Hey, Kyleigh.
Hi.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Please.
Can you introduce yourself?
So I am Kyleigh Leddy, and I am the author of Worse Than Strangers. And I'm also a co-founder and professor in Boston College's new MA in Writing and the Human Condition program. And I graduated from Boston College in 2019.
Awesome. Your first novel was just published this year. If you had to tease your new book in one sentence, what would you say?
So my quick pitch is it's Gilmore Girls meets Jane Austen on Nantucket. But the longer pitch is that it's a mother-daughter story in which both characters interact with their first loves over the course of one summer, and in the process, they learn more about each other and themselves.
Great. And Worse Than Strangers is loosely based on Jane Austen's 1817 novel Persuasion. What makes that story so special that you wanted to retell it more than 200 years after it was first published?
So I've always been a huge Jane Austen fan, but I am a firm believer that Persuasion is her best work. I think it's her most mature. We get really close to Anne Elliot's thoughts, and there's just so many good themes of second chances, regret, and longing to explore.
Definitely. And why did you want to write a book set on Nantucket?
So Nantucket has been home for me since I was an infant. We've been going every summer. And then when I went to Boston College, my mom moved there full time for 10 years, so it really became home. And besides the fact of the natural beauty and the community and the history, there's something so fun about the isolation for characters in a novel because they have to interact, which is really fun in a book and less fun in real life when you're avoiding somebody.
Definitely. What's your favorite quote from your new book and why?
So besides the mother-daughter, Lily and Rose, there is their great aunt Lottie, who also has some perspectives in the book. She has 2 chapters, and she's a writer, and she has this quote I love where she says, "We're all under the same rain. Some of us just have better umbrellas."
I love that. And what's the best piece of writing advice you've ever received?
So I was told that when you're working on something, to leave it in a place you're excited to go back to. So leave in the middle of a chapter instead of trying to wrap things up neatly.
In the last few years, you've gotten 2 master's degrees, become a licensed and practicing therapist, published 2 books, and become a BC professor. What's your secret to getting it all done?
A lot of help. So my mom and my fiance are my biggest support systems, and they always help me when I'm feeling stressed and often anxious, and they bring me back down to earth.
That's great. You also co-founded BC's new Masters in Writing and the Human Condition program, which will launch this fall, and will also be teaching in it. What sets it apart from other writing programs, and how will psychology be involved?
So I actually applied to Boston College with an interest in doing a program like this. I pursued psychology and English, and I've always believed that if you're interested in the human mind, then you're interested in reading, and vice versa. So the program will apply psychological theory, philosophy to understanding of the human mind, and to character, plot, and theme. I think it'll just hopefully create a really rich, different experience to think about your writing.
Awesome. And how will your own writing experience inspire what you're teaching students in BC's new program?
I think the best thing I got from professors at Boston College was encouragement. And there's no greater gift than having someone take your writing seriously. So I hope that I can give students just the encouragement to keep going with their craft.
Absolutely. Can you tell me your favorite writing prompt that you'll be using with BC students this fall?
So I want students to think about an argument, a fight, and then I want them to write the same scene from 2 different perspectives. So changing POVs that kind of get into both characters' mindsets.
Great. Now, are you ready for some quick fire questions?
Let's do it.
What are you reading in your spare time right now?
Into the Blue by Emma Brody. It's so good.
What's a book you think every writer should read at least once?
Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I think she has such an accurate depiction of what a writer is like and the struggle trying to get your work published, also the beauty and the joy and the grief. It's all encompassing.
What are 3 things you think every beach read needs?
I think some ocean air, some sand, and a lot of misunderstandings.
Where's your favorite place to write and why?
So, I mean, this is not a bad place, I must say. But also, if I have a place where I can read aloud to myself, that always helps me.
What's your number 1 piece of advice for someone that wants to write their first book?
I think, just trying to remember that the first draft of everything is not going to be perfect, to paraphrase Ernest Hemingway. And I think that, just to keep going. Writing is just rewriting, and you have to get the words down on the paper, and then the rest is just editing.
Definitely. What are you working on next?
I just sold my next book, I can't say too much, but it's coming out next summer and it's set in Newport, Rhode Island.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Kyleigh.
Yeah, thank you so much.